Wow, guys, we have finally done it. We've reached the end of this class. I never actually thought that I'd say this, but I kind of enjoyed this course. Before starting this course, I kept telling myself it was probably going to be the worst part of my week, and there's just no way that I would do well in this class. Week one, when we had the introduction speech, that was actually a huge step for me, and I'm not going to lie, it did take me a few hours to record that because I was just so worried about being perfect. And as the weeks continued, I started realizing that this class wasn't based on giving a perfect speech, but more all about giving the best effort that you possibly could. And as long as you gave it your all, there's just no way that you could do bad in this course. And I think that I did exactly that. I gave it my all. I learned a lot more than I thought I would throughout this course, and not just about how to give a better speech, but also how to be more confident in myself and different ways to improve my individual communication skills. Although this course was an online course, I do feel like I did get to learn a lot about my peers throughout the discussion boards and through a few of the speeches that we had, particularly the ones that we had at the beginning of the class. When it came time for the live speech with an audience, I completely panicked, shut down again, thinking to myself, I'm going to mess something up, they're going to judge me, but that didn't happen, and I actually surprised myself with how well that I think the speeches went. For future students, I do have some advice to give you. First, don't come into this class thinking you won't do well because public speaking is just not your thing. Go into it knowing that it's okay not to be perfect and it's okay to feel comfortable. Just always make sure you give it your all and you will be fine. Another thing is don't worry if another classmate seems to do better than you or you think they're doing better than you on their speeches because you don't know their past experiences with speaking and you don't know how many tries it took them to record their speech. So they could have taken hours just like you did. Who knows? Each person is at a different part in their public speaking journey, so do not let that discourage you because your grade isn't based off them, it's based off of what you put into it. Another tip I want to give is always be prepared for your speeches. Make sure you've practiced them enough so that your flow will kind of go smoothly when you give your speeches. You may pause out of nervousness, but if you've prepared your speech, it'll make it easier to recover from any stumbles or unplanned pauses you may have. And don't be afraid to use note cards to help you remember your speech. For me, I like to tape my note cards to my screen so that I was still able to keep good eye contact while also glancing at my notes anytime that I needed that. Lastly, although they may seem a little silly at first, do the warm-up exercises that get posted. They'll help you feel a lot more looser and more relaxed before giving a speech, or at least it did for me. Overall, I actually really enjoyed this class, and I really hope that others can as well. It has been a wonderful course, guys, and I do wish all of you the best with whatever you may have planned next.